Okay, it's 7 o'clock. We call to order the meeting of 7 o'clock. We call to order the meeting of the Southwick Board of Appeals on June 10th. In attendance, we have Associate Member Dan Tobias, Vice Chairman Bill Liss, Chairman Chris Mastriani, Secretary Wendy Cordero. The meeting is being recorded on Zoom and on audio. We have two public hearings tonight. One a continuation for 55 Foster Road and a new application for 2 Lakemont Street. We'll take a brief pause here to review the minutes from the last meeting, and then we'll continue with the public hearings.
Here we go. Live.
7:05, and it's time for a continuation of a public hearing for 55 Foster Road. Voting members on this application will be Paul Gregoire, Bill Liss, and myself, Chris Mastriani. Um, I'll read into the record a letter from the current owner of the property. I haven't read it, so we'll see what's in there. A letter from Patricia Calabrese Stafford of Simi Valley, California, dated April 24th. To whom it may concern. I am writing this letter in regards to my property at 55 Foster Road in Southwick, Mass. At the present time, this property is for sale, and I have a prospective buyer that wishes to purchase it and build a house on it. He did go to the Board of Appeals meeting that took place on April 22nd. He was seeking a front setback of 30 feet in order to build the house. It has come to my attention after the fact that he should have requested permission from me, the landowner, to speak on my behalf regarding this petition. If I had known this, I would have granted him permission, since I do live in California and he was attending the meeting in person. Or at least give him a letter to present to the board. I have owned this property for almost 50 years. I have paid taxes on this property for those 50 years. It was purchased with the intent to build a house after I retired. Things have changed, so I put it on the market. If a prospective buyer can't build without this request being approved and still having to get approval from the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, this land will be almost impossible to sell. That is why I am hoping we can get this problem settled and move on. I'll be at the conservation meeting on May 6th, on 6th of May, and at the next Board of Appeals meeting that is on May 13th. But sincerely, Patricia Calabrese Stafford. The tentative meeting for our continuation was May 13th, but that was postponed due to a joint site visit between the Conservation Commission and three of the members here from the Board of Appeals. So that's why the extra delay in that unfortunate delay. Anatoly, come on up.
Hi,
Good evening, everyone. Nice to
Hi,
be here
Anthony.
again.
Yeah. As I just mentioned, we had a joint site visit with 5 or 6 members from the Conservation Commission
there's a party.
and oh, sure.
Here,
Oh,
is that okay?
just a name and address.
I'm Kathy Calabrese. I'm the realtor for Patty,
Kathy Kelly's, but, oh,
or Patricia's.
okay, you're not in Southwick then. You
No,
know,
I'm not from Southwick.
just as a, observing closer for hearing.
I,
I can't hear.
Yeah,
oh, so are you're the owner?
No, I'm not Patty. I'm Patty's. I know Patty. Yeah, I'm a
Okay.
realtor.
Okay, we had a site visit jointly with the Conservation Commission. I don't even know when exactly that was, about a week and a half ago, maybe.
mhm,
And we walked around, looked at the stakes that Anatoly had put out there, and he explained everything to everybody. So Dan, Bill, and myself were at the site visit, so I don't know if you guys want to give us your impressions of what you saw, or if you any more questions that you have.
um. What we saw was kind of a best effort to try to put a house on this lot that's very challenged. But there's a critical area that I don't see how the erosion could not be messed with if you start building and bringing tractors. There's no way to bring equipment in there without passing into that area. Without that, the conservation is nothing they can do either. Because it is a riverfront, so there's the buffer. And even the back corner of this house is right on there, right on their limit. So you can't move this anywhere else. I don't think on that property. At this point, unless you had some other ideas since. And it's all the size of the house or whatever, I don't know if you made any changes, but they were recommending probably looking at that pretty hard, I think, so what you could do.
Yeah, yeah, but So this is the maximum what we can do, what they allow. But since last meeting, so they only concern if we will have the septic design approved.
Mhm.
I mean, not approved, but approvable.
Right.
So it looks like they will not have the problem with it. Seems like.
Dan, you any
Yeah,
observations or
Yeah,
comments from
so
what you saw?
I thought it was tight myself with the scope of work that was allowed, and I thought that this would be more of a conservation thing and what they would be dealing with and the allowances that they would grant.
Yeah, in having a few conversations with the Conservation Commission, it was my feeling that they should make the ruling first, but they were pretty, adamant that, they need a plan that would include a possible variance for us before they would consider it. So we have to be the ones that we did make the first judgment on this. And, I agree that, I don't think that the project is appropriate for here. And I don't think that, that I could, vote to approve it. I don't know what you guys think.
I'm kind of on that boat. I don't see anything that could have changed. In fact, it looked worse when they started going through where they'd have to lay this out, from original. So it's deceiving when you see this on paper to actually see the lot in person and the cliff that is right behind the back door.
So this is, maybe you can, I can
Yeah.
take a look. This is the like last
showing the
plan. You
septic too?
you can see the existing elevation, proposed elevation. And the septic where it's going to be. So, and I meet today with the, Randy from DPW.
Randy Brown?
Yeah, I was talking about the gradient close to the, to change the gradient, like grade a little bit to the property line. To make the slope 1 to 3, which is appropriate for the Hills Department, for the Title V. They need that gradient 1 to 3 slope supposed to be. So, and he told me he will be talking to the Thomas from the Hills Department about that. So, and my engineer was saying that we can probably move like 5 feet, leach field 5 feet like back, and make the house a little bit smaller. So that's very possible. Big chance the septic design can be approved over there, because the groundwater is very deep. So we dig deep holes 10 feet, and we didn't see the groundwater over there. So the Hills director probably will ask a more perk test closer to the road to see where the groundwater is. So to confirm that, like,
So you got a 35 by 41 foundation now versus 35 by 46.
yeah, so if they asking move house,
Mhm.
so there's the choice. I can make the house 30 feet or make the backyard smaller. So there's still room. Even like this house which I building now in 19 Foster is 28 feet deep. And there's still plenty of space. So that's why I put like maximum, so we have room to play. We can make the house smaller. So
Mm.
so basically I asking variances, so just front setback. So basically that's only what we asking. Because the other house is closer to the street than I asking. So, and then there's gonna be Conservation Commission decision and Hills Department. For example, if they will not allow, I cannot build, but first, even in the Conservation Commission regulation, there are the rules. So other permits should be approved before Conservation Commission will rule. So basically, it's saying we have to have the variance first approved before they will make the ruling on their side. So even if you allow us to have the setback, so later if I will not get the approval from conservation, so I cannot, this not gonna happen. But first we have to have this. And we didn't see any comment from the neighbors, right, who don't like that or something. And to me, it's very doable. I don't think
Well,
it's any
if-
issue,
if-
yeah.
Pardon my bluntness, it's doable because you want to build and sell it. That's why you want it to be doable. So that just be real, okay, that you're not gonna plan on living there, and this is not a hardship. That you wanna live there and have an elderly mother or something, it's because you wanna sell it. And that really is not a hardship.
Yeah,
But
basically,
the rules is not a hardship.
yeah, basically
The wetlands is intruding onto this property
Mm.
more than the zoning will allow. So even conservation had a lot of stop and go with that, but they can't move it. Even if they could move it, it would be somebody else.
Somebody trying to
Oh, sorry.
Get in here.
yeah, the basically hardship, that's not on me, that's on the owner.
Okay, so he's on. Good evening, John, can you hear us? You're muted. Oh, there you are. Can you hear us?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Good evening, how you doing? Welcome to the party.
How you doing?
Good.
Thank you.
Are you in a butter, John, or?
No, I am for the 7:30.
Oh, sorry.
nope.
Okay, okay, we'll just
Sorry.
hang in the background then.
Sure thing. That's what I was trying to do.
Okay, sorry.
No worries.
You need to acknowledge that you were there. So I mean, again, the hardship, I guess I need to. Tell me what really is your hardship.
That's what I'm saying, the hardship really on the owner, we just listened to the letter what she wrote. So that's her hardship. Can you
That's not,
imagine?
well, that's not
can-
your hardship. I get it, and
Can you imagine?
one of the conservation guys had a comment. You know, some properties just not able to be developed. It's kind of a fact. you
Yeah,
know?
but this developable, this for sure developable. So at my opinion,
Yeah,
the
I understand. I understand what the opinion is. Paul, you have any comments on this? Of
Well, I
what you see?
I didn't get a chance
I
to
know,
go,
I know you didn't.
but everything I've seen and documented. I see nothing but problems.
Right. Well, we can do two things, I guess, kick the can to the conservation committee or,
No,
I know,
they will not.
no, I'm saying, let them go there. We're moving, let's say, go fight it with conservation,
Oh.
you know, or deny it. I have good conscience to see that as a path. I just
Yeah.
don't. That's why I said, I've got two choices. You can always vote, or you can again pull back. I don't, you've had a meeting with conservation, correct?
yes, we did.
And what was their opinion? And did you talk to anybody after the site visit?
Yes, and I think you should. So even my consultant, he was on that meeting and he presented
Mhm.
everything and he didn't have anything against. Only what they say, we need to see variances
Mhm.
approved and to get a word from the Hills Department if the septic design is approvable.
So,
Well, as I said before, I'm, my opinion is that that we should be secondary, but that's
I
not how,
understand.
that's not how the rules have been laid out to me. So unfortunately, I don't think the vote has to be unanimous, and I don't think you have the vote to approve it. So the unfortunate choices are to either withdraw it or have us vote on it, and not, it appears that it will not be approved.
Yeah, so
And that's 2 years.
I just want to say a couple words.
Mhm.
So basically, I'm asking the variances from setback. So basically, at my opinion, what we have to look on it. For example, imagine the house over there, sitting over there, like 40 feet from the road, and if you see any issue with that, or any neighbors have the issue with that.
Mhm.
So that's my opinion, and the rest is laying on the conservation and Hills Department.
Right, but the house that you're talking about down the street that you're working on is not a precedent to this, because the wetlands don't go as far into the property as this one does.
The thing, wetland is that house in 19 Foster Road. So the limit of work is behind the 50 feet
I understand,
buffer
this
zone.
is 5 feet,
That's riverfront, that's 100 feet buffer
but
zone.
no, but you've got 5 feet that you can't disturb on the side of this property line. That's the problem.
Now I say on the other property,
I understand,
yeah,
but we don't look at it as equal, because this is a completely separate, so you
Mhm.
bring that in, I understand, but this is much more restrictive,
yeah,
that
but
what you have.
that's not on Board of Appeal.
so.
That's on the Conservation Commission decision.
Well, one way that I looked at it that I'll share is when you took on the project of 19 Foster Road, you were taking I'll call it a derelict property. It had an old mobile home turned into a house and sheds and things on it, and you were taking that property and taking the big task of improving it. And you did a very nice job on it. This is a untouched piece of property it's just got too many restrictions on it that we're trying to shoehorn a house in there, and in my opinion, I think it's everyone else's there. It's just not an appropriate place for a house, so.
Anatoly, I think that we're gonna end it. I don't think that, I'm gonna talk to her, but it's,
No, at my opinion, at worst, if like I see they going to what against it. So I think we will ask for continuous because next
she doesn't want to continue. She wants to be out. If this didn't work out, it's been a year and a half. And she said, no,
this will take only couple weeks. And we will know if Conservation Commission, we will have before conservation, we will have the septic design approvable, we will make it approvable. If Conservation Commission will say yes. So then I think Board of Appeal will vote
I
on
just
it.
heard that it's not possible.
I don't think that conservation will make a decision without us first. That's what I've been
What
told.
he's chasing is for septic approval, and come back and say, I've got everything I need, so conservation is gonna back them. But I don't believe that will be the case. I think the second septic is a secondary issue. Primary issue is the land behind and the non-disturbing area, which borders the work site by 5 feet.
Right.
Then there's trees that we're gonna be taking, so there's just a lot of. Not even the property line goes beyond that, we can't fit the lines to what you need for that setback. So. The option would be to vote, but If we do that, it's a 2-year waiting period to come back.
Okay, because she is gonna come here. She's retired
Mhm.
and she'll build a tiny house.
But she can't for 2 years.
For
is what
2
I'm
years,
saying. If
right,
we
right.
vote no.
Okay.
If he pulls back and nothing, then it's still,
The
it
the other
stays where it
option is
is.
to right, is to withdraw
Because
the
this, she
application.
doesn't have to have this size. It can be tiny. She
Yes.
doesn't care. She
The other,
just,
the other
doesn't know what
option
to
is
do.
to withdraw the application and then you can resubmit a new plan at any time.
okay,
That
but
will-
2 years
But
wait.
that's up to, well, she
Well,
still owns the property.
She owns the property, so I'll talk to her.
So-
I mean, if you
No,
wanna do it,
one second,
yes.
I applied for this, okay? I
Mhm.
put my money on it, already
I
spent.
got you, yeah.
Yeah, and I have interest,
Mhm.
okay, because I have the agreement with you. I have the right to do this.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay,
That's up to him
Go
if he
ahead.
wants to
I don't-
continue. I mean, that's,
okay,
and he can work it with the owner.
yeah, because
directly
does she, yeah.
And let
I'll
him do
talk
his diligence on the other side, if you like, and then
Mhm.
Yeah, I
back
will,
again.
All right,
yeah, I
I
will.
think that if that's what you want, we'll do that.
Yeah, or otherwise if,
Okay,
yeah, so.
so officially you want to continue again until you get more feedback?
Yeah,
from-
so I have two options,
So-
or we continue,
What
or
do we have
it's
to-
gonna be go to the,
I was
It's a-
gonna have it answered by July 31st, though.
No,
She doesn't
you
wanna go any
continue.
more than that.
Continuation.
Am I gonna get July 31st?
It'll be-
We will
Unless
have the answer
conservation
before that.
committee-
Okay,
We
if we have
should-
an answer,
we
she'll go.
should try, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So
It's semantics,
I have
but it.
two options,
listen, but I don't
or
care.
continue,
We
or
can do this again in
let
2
him
weeks or-
vote and get no and go to the court, okay? So there's
Right.
two options.
Okay,
Even if,
Then he's got time to do whatever.
yeah, well, that's why he wanted to kind of pull back on it. And not have a vote,
Yeah, not have a vote, right?
that's what he's doing. We're not voting,
Yeah, we're looking for continuance.
yes,
Why not just withdraw?
well. Either way, you'd have to come back and pay another fee if he withdraws, right? Ah.
Okay.
So I understand where he's coming from,
Good point,
allowing the continuance won't make him have to reapply,
right, okay, that's fair enough.
fair enough? Okay.
for
Too much paperwork.
for a reason for continuance, I'm gonna put a waiting input on septic.
Right.
Approval and
And
conservation.
Conservation.
okay, thank you.
Okay.
Can I keep?
Yeah, absolutely.
That relationship.
She's a realtor for the owner. Let's trying to put this together. I'm assuming, right?
And I think relative.
What happened here? There we go.
Sorry,
Probably 2 weeks. When?
do you know when the next conservation commission meeting is?
Next Monday.
It's Monday?
Yeah.
Okay. It will be on the 2 weeks from today.
You good?
Need a motion.
Okay, so
I make a motion to accept the continuation of the 55 Foster Road application.
second,
Second, all in favor, all,
aye,
all, all in favor.
you got that.
Okay, guys,
Okay.
thank you very much. We'll see
Okay,
you.
Ellen. Do you need
Okay.
this for him or this for us?
No.
That's us. Okay, thank you. Have a good evening.
It's 7:30, it's perfect.
Yeah, like we meant it happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Fix is in.
Yeah. Okay. where the party's concerned, please come forward. Oh, like, people's court.
7:30, we have our second public hearing. I'll read the official notice here. Town of Southwick Board of Appeals. Please find below the legal notice for the following hearing for publication in the Westfield News for release on May 28th and June 3rd. Notice is hereby given of a public hearing to be held Monday, June 10th, 2024 at 7:30 PM to hear the petition of MHI Properties for property located at 2 Lakemont Street, Southwick, Mass. The applicant is seeking a lot area variance of 31,750 square feet, a lot frontage variance of 67.5 feet, a front setback variance of 45 feet, and a rear setback variance of 1 foot in order to build a single-family home on the property. This is a hybrid meeting, and it's on Zoom. So, so we have the applicant, must be,
Oh, hang on, let somebody else talking over here.
I don't know. I'm not sure if anyone's in the room. I'm John Tomaszewski with R. Levesque Associates.
Okay, John, yeah, you're on live on the screens and there should be able to hear you from this. Can you guys hear him?
Can you hear me?
TV.
Check, check, check.
Okay, and I've got
ahead.
Jared coming in. Hey, Jared,
Hello.
there you go. Okay, everybody's on. We're good.
all right, John, why don't you give us a explanation of your application, please?
Sure. Do I have the ability to share my screen over here?
I can,
Or-
hang on a minute. I give you, let's see. Where is it?
I'm testing you to see if it works.
Yeah, I know,
No, just joking.
sharing, but. Can you,
So you're sharing, so you want to stop sharing and share, you should be able.
can you share it on your side? You're on
It's,
the-
yeah, it's still saying the host disabled participant screen sharing.
Okay, hang on. Yeah, I know. If I give you. Oh, sure. Doesn't have that option. Ooh. Can you see my screen, John?
I do see your screen, yes.
Okay. So. Um. How's that? Now you're the host, so you should be able to put up on your screen whatever you want to share.
The pressure's on.
There we go.
All right, should pop up shortly, I think.
There we go. See, how about
All right.
with
So I
that.
am John Tomaszewski with R. Levesque Associates, here to present a zoning variance request for to build a single-family residence at 2 Lakemont Street. Up on your screen is the plan of what the owner is proposing. The owner being where's the name? MHI Properties LLC. So the property is located on the north side of Lakemont Street. As you mentioned, there was requesting relief from area, frontage, front and rear setbacks, which in this case, if we were trying to hold all those, there would essentially be no building envelope to construct in. There was, I think up until a couple of years ago, prior to the current owner purchasing the property, there was a single family residence. It is shown on this plan in this sort of light dashed line. Just slightly about the same setback as what is being proposed and maybe a little to the east of what is being proposed. So what the owner is proposing to do is construct this building footprint here, 2-car garage and a house, total footprint of 1,382 square feet. So as mentioned, looking for relief from, you know, the lot area requirement, which requires 40,000 square feet. This pre-existing non-conforming lot contains 8,250 square feet currently. Frontage requirement would be 150 feet. This lot only has 82.5. The front yard setback is minimum is 75 typically. We're looking to reduce that to 30. And the rear yard is the final one, which generally 40 feet is typically required, and we are requesting a 39-foot setback, so a 1 foot reduction from that minimum required. So that's it in a nutshell. I don't know if anyone has any questions or.
Yeah, I guess I'll start. We got some additional information today,
Yeah.
because I had asked some questions last week sometime, so thank you for that. We got the reason I asked the question initially is on that drawing, note 5 says property is serviced by public water and sewer. I spoke with the DPW director, and there is public water on the street, but there is no sewer. He said that it's technically possible to get sewer from Point Grove Road, but I don't know whether in your design that was assumed you were going to get it from there, or that was a mistake that you're not going to use public sewer, you're going to use a septic system. So how, do you know what the status of that is?
Yeah, so the current owner had a Title V inspection. I don't know if that was sent to you. There is
Yes.
Okay, so that I believe that is what the owner is going to. That's the direction they're going to go. So I guess it won't be serviced necessarily by public sewer, but it will remain on septic to the best of my knowledge. But I'm sure that the owner will do whatever's necessary to, you know, to be able to construct the house there.
Did pass Title
What-
V.
Do you know
It
if do you know if this inspection was done before the
Yeah.
demo of the house or after the demo of the house?
After.
After.
After, okay.
It was on the 27th of December when they received it, so I think it was done on the 21st, yeah,
Okay.
21st of December,
Well, I don't know when the house was demoed.
way before.
Okay, well, that's why I'm asking.
Yep.
So you gotta, if you can summarize this Title V thing for us, I confess I didn't read through it all. What, is it saying everything is okay?
Yeah, let me.
Hi,
You have
this is Jared, the owner, if you don't mind, just because I can put a couple 2 cents in on it, but yes, the Title V did pass. Everything on it is acceptable to continue for a 3-bedroom house.
Using the existing septic system,
Correct.
okay. Is that underneath the garage?
I
do-
don't believe so. Go ahead.
Sorry, I do if you look up at the screen now, I'm sharing, this is the sketch taken by the Title V inspector. This is a field sketch taken in the field. Obviously, generally you would do swing ties from an existing structure on the property. Unfortunately, there is none there now, so they took ties from 10 Lakemont Street, which is the house to the east, to the different components. So the septic tank is in the front yard. You know, this is 10 Lakemont. Septic tank appears to be in the front of the yard, and then the I forget what we're calling this. It's not a tight tank, but another component of obviously
Beach field.
it's not a leach field, but it's another. I'd have to go back in the report if you bear with me for a second. Not a tight
D-box?
tank. Nope, it was a. Sorry, I breezed through it myself. Leaching pit, it was called. So I mean, I guess it's similar to not exactly a leach field, leaching pit. I'm not super familiar with septic systems and so forth, but it was there, inspected, and swing ties taken to it, and it passed. So I will take their word for it.
How does that sketch translate onto the actual site plan? There's no septic shown on the site plan.
Sure. So this, let me see, I can actually. So this, like I said, this is the neighbor's house here. Let me try to pull up one more sketch. I just grabbed a. So the lot here that's highlighted is 2 Lakemont Street. This is 10 Lakemont here. So the Title V inspector took swing ties from the front corners, and the septic tank and the leaching pit is in the front somewhere in here. Based on the sketch that I just had up there, if I can find it. So there's 10 Lakemont. This sketch is, rather crude. It doesn't.
Yeah.
So I would guess. Sorry, I'm kind of flipping through real quick. I would assume that the septic tank is probably in this area, and the leachy pit is somewhere else, and it's somewhere in the front, within the front setback.
Okay, so on this handmade sketch, the street is. The view of the house, 10 Lakemont shown, the street is parallel to that. Those reference points.
Yes, I would well,
Okay.
you know what, now that I'm looking at this, maybe it's in the rear. Because I'm looking, if this is saying 2 Lakemont, 10 Lakemont, maybe it'd be nice if they had where the street was. The street might be over here.
Well, on the other map, you said the neighbor was right next door is 10, right?
Yeah, but my assumption was that Lakemont Street was,
Right.
similarly down here, but it might.
It goes vertical.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I apologize. I
The
was
house would be
probably,
against this.
yeah, these would be the two, this would be the westerly side of the house.
That's the leach field. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All
I
right.
apologize for that.
that makes sense. Yeah. So, because they're gonna have the 30-foot, before they put the house, and then the house is how deep?
Okay.
28. 31. So, yeah, so you don't have a ton of room back there, but that's where the leach field's behind that foundation.
Oh, okay.
So if you look again back, this is the footprint of the proposed house is not significantly, does not differ greatly from where the existing house was. So
It's shifted a bit.
it shifts a little further to the west.
It's also a little bit bigger than the original.
Yeah, marginal. I don't know what the square footage of the original was.
Well,
It is further off the property.
yeah,
So the
centered it
the
basically.
location of the septic system is preventing you from moving the house farther back on the lot?
It would appear so if how we're reading the sketch is correct. The septic would be in the back.
Yeah, because 10 Lakemont's right next to it, to the right of the garage.
Yeah.
And Lakemont's in the front. The street. So that sketch he had would show the leaching pit and the tank behind the house.
Right.
All right, anybody else have,
Frontage, how much to the road?
how much, what?
What's the distance, house to road?
30.
30.
That's what I thought. No, I don't think so.
That was, yeah.
That's much too much. That's asking for too much.
He's asking for 45.
That's right.
That's a long way from 75 foot.
Yeah.
Well, how deep's the lot? Total.
100.
100.
So it's a 100-foot lot. It's a lake lot, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I did plot up, this is the surrounding area, it's.
Yeah, I know.
It is, it's sort of in harmony with the other properties around it. So.
Anybody in the public? Comments?
Anybody that's
Yeah,
here?
you guys are way off base with that septic. I'm on 10 Lakemont, and you're way off.
Okay.
The septic is behind the house, and where they're proposing to build that garage, it goes right over a cleanout that's connected to the septic. And when you're looking at it from 10 on the left-hand side, that whole yard area is the leach pit. So you'll be building part of the house over the leach field, the garage is gonna be being built over the cleanout for the septic is over the bank, and as far back as the house is proposed, I'm not even sure if the house they're proposing it to go back where they are, if it's gonna be on top of the tank, because the original house was right there, like 15 feet from the tank, back of the house, and then the septic tank was here. And then over here is the leach field, and over here is the pipe that connects, that's a blowout cleanout and plugs. So they're going too big,
Could I get your name
Eugene Chris,
and your 10 Lakemont?
yes,
Andy? Okay,
I don't.
okay.
They're not a lot big.
There were, I'm sorry, since you had given me control of the meeting, there's a gentleman, Matt, just entered.
go ahead.
Sorry,
You let 'em know.
I,
That's fine.
I don't mean to be taking over the meeting. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, it's good. You can let them in. That's fine. It's public. Okay, comment, John. I don't know if you heard the comment by the resident.
I did, I did, I wasn't sure exactly, you know, the area he was talking about. I mean, I can say that, you know, the proposed house, particularly along this easterly edge is further from further from 10 Lakemont. It doesn't,
It's your garage, you're being built right over the cleanout for the septic, there's a pipe that goes back to the tank, you're building right over. Then where you're proposing to extend the house out into the yard 16 feet, you're building on top of the leach field. You gotta get that septic straightened out, you guys gotta know what you're doing.
I think we're gonna need the septic system be put on that
Yeah.
plan. You know,
Yeah.
exactly where it is.
Or if it's gonna be moved or if it's proposed where it is.
Right.
In relation to the house.
Maybe a one-car garage.
Yeah, I mean,
You put part of the thing out for the septic, but as far as the house going over,
Mhm.
you're to go 16 feet from that fence line, you're on top of the leach field. Right on it.
Based on that note that says that there was public sewer, I think that this plan was drawn up without regard to the leach field, and then that was went from a plan B maybe to the plan A, so I think that's gotta be shown precisely on that plan where it is. So that's one thing we will need to address.
Mhm.
Anybody have any other questions? Any other folks here want to say anything, sir? No?
Why can't they tie into, the sewer system on Point Road?
Well, the DPW director says it is possible, but I don't know if they've planned on that for cost or practicality.
Make it a cost, the only way they can build there is put a sewer system there.
Can you give us your name and address, sir?
15 Lakemont Street.
15 Lakeland.
Put septic system in there.
Well, if
There's
they
a-
want to use the one that's already
There's,
there.
there's an existing one
That we, and
that passed.
there's some, well, they obviously considered that. I don't know which one that they're leaning towards.
John, can that be illustrated on the print? The little plot plan on where the septic is currently and the clean out, whatever might be available?
yeah, I mean, it would make sense to plot it on there. Obviously, I don't have the ability to do it at the moment, but yes,
I-
yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
continue this to do that so we can look at it complete. What else, Chris? That's a major one.
That's amazing. Um, The elevation plan that was sent here today, it shows there's a basement underneath the house and a slab underneath the garage. I just want to confirm that.
That is my understanding, unless that is what I saw as well.
Okay, I just want to,
So you got an 800 square foot land for the home and probably a 500 square foot garage.
Yeah, it's a see, where is it?
if I'm scaling that correctly. So, okay. Yeah. May have to look at that too. Maybe two for one,
Let's look at what,
the garage size,
oh,
you
yeah,
know,
Yes, the garage is 24 by 24.
right.
goes on 600. Almost big as a house. To Tom's point, it's a big structure. Well, maybe one car, but we'll have to look at that secondary.
Single story?
Yes,
No,
no, sorry, no. Bedrooms are upstairs. Downstairs, the living room, kitchen. Big bedroom, though.
So. The neighboring houses are single story.
Correct.
This is gonna be a. And 30
I
feet
don't,
from
I
the
don't know
road.
if there's a house to the, to the outside of it.
They pretty much.
Well, that's far away.
Yeah. No,
And this is where the proposed house is be going. This is the neighbor on this side, and this is gentleman number 10 is over
Yeah.
here. So this house is on Point Grove Road. Here,
That one's on Point Grove.
yeah, it's on Point Grove, and then there's this open area, and then the new proposed house here. And then 10 Lakemont over here.
get the aerial view.
That doesn't solve the problem with single story versus two story.
No. No, it's,
Everything around is still a single story.
right, well, I'm not sure what the house is on Point Grove. And John, I think that this is looking like it's gonna get continued, so we're trying to come up with all the questions here first before we solve one and, we need to talk about another. Guys,
Understood.
got anything else that
No.
you see?
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the proportion of the garage to the house, so. You know, you got no land there as it is on the side and setback to get that.
Yeah, he can meet the setbacks with this design,
Yeah.
the side setbacks. So, yeah, I agree that it's big, but it does meet the sides. I could,
Septic's a big one. Start there, septic's a big one.
Yeah.
And whether they can do sewer or not, maybe answer the question there.
Yeah. All right, John, I guess, we're gonna suggest that you request a continuance and we'll talk, we can itemize the things that, you need to address. One is are you gonna use the existing septic system and where is it relative
Right.
to your site plan? Is there any idea of using the sewer connection to Point Grove? That's another question. When you get the location of the septic system, is it possible to move the house any farther back? Because 30 feet is gonna be pretty close and be a difficult argument to make if it's. I know that the 75 feet is crazy for that zone, but if you can look into that, see if you can squeeze it back another 5 feet, 10 feet or something.
Okay.
And you got a 1,500 square foot property.
You folks have anything they want to ask? No, we have a Matt,
Can I say anything? Yeah,
yeah,
How
go
are you?
ahead. Good,
that septic system is right behind the house, and that house is the same thickness, like front to back width, as the original house was. That print
Can you
was
speak-
originally with a one-car garage. That print was designed to fit in the building footprint of the existing house. We just moved it to the center and added another garage, figuring once we had to move it away from the other house, or had the option to.
can you give us your name and address before we
Yep,
Yes.
sorry, Matt Maynard. 77 Parkview Drive, Feeding Hills.
okay. You say that the house is in the footprint of the old one, it covers the.
So it was
footprint of-
designed. if it had a 1-car garage instead of a 2, it would fit in the footprint of the existing house on the property. That's how we designed it. And then when we had to go through all this Board of Appeals process, because we thought originally we just build on the footprint and everything would be great, but you guys wanted to go through the Board of Appeals. Once we figured we had to do paperwork, we might as well add a 2-car garage for whoever's going to purchase the home. And then we centered it on the lot. We didn't move it forward or back any because the septic is behind the house already and past Title V already.
Okay. But we know it's behind the house, but exactly where behind the house it is the question.
It's pretty much the whole backyard, I guess. And
Well, it's fine. We'll delineate it on the print. that's
yeah,
all.
yeah, we have it on one of the prints, one of the plot plans.
Not that we have.
I don't think so.
It might have been the one I originally got from the town. It might not be on paperwork that's submitted today, but it was on it's on something.
Yeah, it's on the Title V inspection, but that sketch.
Yeah, that's it.
It was not overlaid onto this plot plan or the plot plan that we prepared, so that would have
So-
helped.
Sending the kids out to play in leach field.
But to Matt, to clarify your comment, you had to come to the board because that's a non-conforming lot. And there was a pre-existing structure on there, so now we're changing it all. So that's why we've got to come to this board. Because if you built on the footprint, you probably could have got away with it. But since you didn't repeat.
Yeah,
that,
no.
You changed it.
No,
Now it opens up all the variances.
I understand, but I tried to build on the footprint. I even asked at the town hall prior to purchasing the lot whether that was okay. I was all set to go to build on that footprint, and I was told yes. I purchased a lot. I applied for the permit, and then now we're here because you guys asked for paperwork for the variance. Because the last owner didn't get Levesque to plot plan the house. They only surveyed the actual corners of the lot. But the house currently has stakes where the house was, like actual rebar in the ground. But that
Understood.
wasn't on the up and up.
But that house was not a 2-story with 2-car garage.
No, it's just a 1-story house.
Right.
1 story with 1 car.
So you're doing quite a bit of change to that non-conforming lot, I guess is my point. And whether the building inspector said you could build on maybe the original footprint, yes, but since you didn't want to do that, then no.
No, I
That's why
didn't want to do that.
But it wouldn't be, you wouldn't build 2-story, you have to do 1-story. With a 1-car
In the
garage,
same footprint.
yeah,
I see.
see what I'm saying? So that was what was basically there, which they could back up, and the septic system was behind it. I agree, probably so. But this changes when you work on it, you're changing the topography of the land, you're disturbing all the soil. There's more that goes into it, that existing septic tank. So, anyway, I think that's why we wanna see it on there and then kind of go from there.
Yep, easy enough.
Okay. These are not easy properties down there, I agree. So
Yeah, I mean,
we'll
there's
try to
been
do
plenty that
something.
have been bigger than the one we're trying to build.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Bruce?
No.
So John filed this, right? We gotta ask for the continuance of my phone. John,
Yeah, the applicants, yeah.
John, you applied, correct?
Yeah, I mean, our Levesque Associates,
Yeah,
yes,
so-
yes.
At this point, we're gonna ask for your verbal, because we gotta fill out a form here, so we'll continue this for some more detail.
Sure,
Maybe
I don't know how formal I have to be, I've just requested
Well-
continuance, oh, sorry.
We'll get a signature at some point too, but we got you on film. So. 2 weeks, Cindy? No,
Well, we already have two.
I know.
We already have 2 weeks from now, so it's gotta be the month after that.
What would that be for a date? Would that be going around to July?
Okay, I'm gonna,
Is this the paperwork?
I'm gonna, for the continuation, I'm gonna put withdrawals or continuation is necessary due to need location of septic system on the site plan. Try to keep it simple here. The next available time slot is July 8th.
Is there another issue, guys, that you want us to fix with that print? I know you're talking to Two Car Garage you don't like.
Well, I'd look at the possibility of making that footprint a little smaller and and pushing it back from the street as far as possible, obviously without encroaching on the septic system, but I would
Right.
look at those
It li-
two things.
It lines up with the neighbor's house for the front, you know?
We realize that, but the neighbor's house is a cottage and it was one
Yep.
story. It's not as imposing an elevation as a two-story house is, so. I think that's what our feeling is here.
Okay.
So you're not,
To, to the chairman's point, I guess you look at the size of the lot, which is very, very restrictive. And the size of the home is really squeezing outside of percentage of the lot size, so to overlook that, the plot plan to the floor plan of the house, the kind of ratio at that would be maybe lose a garage to get that in. So that, just to look at those
Yeah.
options, that's all.
I have to weigh out my sale price too, though. I have to be able
No,
to
I
build a
understand.
house that's going to sell to make a profit, you know? So I
understood.
gotta try to, if we all work together, you know?
I understand. We're not trying not to. Okay,
okay, we have
All right.
we have a
so
continuation.
you got a,
Oh,
motion?
I'm sorry.
to accept?
Make a motion to continue the public hearing for 2 Lakemont Street until July 8th.
With further information to come.
We need more, we need the location of the septic
Yeah.
system on the site plan.
I'll second that.
Second, all in favor?
Aye. Okay,
Okay.
All right.
All
Thank you very
set.
much.
all right, very good. Let's share back there, John, if you don't mind.
I think you should have, how do I,
Okay, you did. Thank you.
okay, sorry.
You said you did, sorry, yeah.
We'll
just wanna
figure
make
this
sure.
out.
Okay,
Thank
you
you.
got
Have a great night. Take care.
Yep,
Okay.
is there anything else?
No.
No? Or a motion to adjourn? No.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. Cancel that. We got new business to review. Okay, okay,
yeah, we have 2 new applications.
okay.
Yeah, don't need that. Cat parking.
Our next meeting. Oh, sorry. On the 24th, we have Shanghai 75. What time?
I don't have to know the owner or.
5 o'clock.
Is John still on this?
Sorry, I'm still here. Sorry, I
it's okay.
apologize. I don't know. I know with Zoom, generally when I go to leave a meeting, it says leave, but my only option right now is to end, and I don't know if I'm gonna end the meeting. So, because you had given me
Okay, hang on a
control.
minute. Yeah.
So I don't want to do that to you guys, but I don't want to hang out here either, but yeah.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Okay. Where did I have that before?
Let's do that.
That's leave. Okay, I got the same thing on my side now. Huh, interesting.
Because I've already done a hearing and it's already been listed in the newspaper for 7:05.
Okay.